We are pros. So, hey, we are excited for you because you are next and this is it. So this is the power of the binary. Help me welcome up the one and only Steve Merritt.
Okay,
Woo!
and we want to thank you, Gina, for drawing this out so everybody can read it. Okay, she's already taken a picture of it, but she did. She took her time, made sure that you all can read it. We're going to go through this fairly quickly, but I want to make sure that everyone understands as we're going into this 90-day run exactly what you're doing when you're building your business and you're signing people up. Again, the great thing that we don't have to go over some of the crazy details of signing people up is it's on the Build 331. All over the website, we have videos teaching you how to enroll people and what to do. So you've got that all set up. We can go over more of the strategy for you to win and succeed. So we talked a little bit about the importance on this binary of getting yourself out of the gates quickly and get moving. So it don't matter to me if you've been in for a little while or you're just getting started. We've only been in for just over 10 months. So that means it's just the beginning of what's about to happen so that you can take advantage and get the ball rolling very quickly for yourself right now. And you can move forward by talking about the momentum that's been happening over the last short period of time since we've been in the business. Now, I will say that when you look at this, understand that this is the power right here. This little X39 is going to help you move through faster than you've ever done. Now, if you've ever been in a network, forget everything you ever learned because this has got no network marketing appeal. When you go to Start X39 that Renita was sharing with you, that is not a corporate website. That's our team website. So you can see there's no networking appeal in that site. You can't even sign up. You don't see anything about the free trips, the money, all the other products. It zones in on X39. And that's why people can do what I'm going to be explaining to you. When you say to yourself, like Onyx was saying, you are a winner. You could do this. Believe that this can happen for you. And it all starts with you first, realizing that our goal is to go manager, of course. Manager is 2 right, 2 left. I've got a little diagram up here of as you roll people, but manager is just 2 right, 2 left. That's your very first goal. So get that over with in the next 30 days or sooner. As fast as you can do it is your story. So when you're doing it as fast as you can, then other people are going to be able to replicate on your team to do the same thing that you're doing. But your main focus is to get 20 people to the right and 20 to the left. Now, those are personals we're talking about. Your goal is to get 20 personals right, 20 left. Why do I believe that can happen? Because of this. This hottest talk on the street, not in wellness, is stem cells. You mentioned the word stem cells like Ken Robinson was talking about earlier today. It's like E.F. Hutton spoke. Everybody wants to listen to what you have to say. And when you tell them, hey, I never heard from one of my doctors in the years that I've been going to have physicals that, did you know that your stem cells become stagnant at 30, half of them are active, and at 60, all of them are stagnant. You've got stem cells, but they're not active. I never heard that. So when you start saying that, everyone listens and you start dropping them into your graph right here. 20 personals right, 20 left. Why do I say that? Because when you have 20 people on one side and 20 on the other, you're not going to push your goals on anyone. People are going to be contacting you. Steve, I'm ready. What do I do next? So I've got a lot of people in the business. Not all of them are ready, but the ones that are ready, we're running with and making it happen. Those are the ones we're doing the meetings with on this tour that we're going on. And by the way, we're going to be doing meetings in different cities throughout all of the country and all through America. I'm sure in Canada, I'm sure around the world. But the point is that you just start making it happen. We can see where the tree is lighting up in what cities on our computer. When you log on to your website at Lifewave, you can see who's enrolling people, and we can see what city they're from. So we know where we're going, okay? And we know that we're keeping an eye on you if we haven't got you on the board quite yet. And we're watching to see who's showing up at This Is It. You bring 100 people from your city to This Is It. We're coming to your town. So there ain't a problem with going to your city. Just show us that you're serious because, like Linda said, we're leaving our families and our lives to go help bless other people. You just start letting us know that you are serious about making it happen, and we're coming to you to put fuel on the fire. We can't be the people starting the fire. That's you wherever you live. You got to just duplicate what we've done. We had to start the fire here where we live. So you do the exact same thing by putting 20 people right, 20 people left. Engage now. Why do I say that? Matt Curtis said it great because, hey, you know what? I might have talked to 4 people that are kind of interested in thinking about it, and then I find one that's ready to enroll. I've got their app or they're ready to enroll. And I go back to those 4 people and say, hey, you might want to get in because if you get in now, I'm going to put, because I talked to you first, I'm going to put you in before the other gentleman that I just got here. He's going to build it big. And they're like, oh my gosh, put me in. So now you just put 4 people in 1, 2, 3, 4 before you put your guy in the business. So have some urgency and let the people what they're missing out by them not getting in quickly, because you get paid in the buying area up to $25,000 a week for the people that get placed underneath you. Do you want to get in, or do you want to leave $25,000 on the table? You see what I mean? How they're like, oh my gosh, I got to get started right now. Sometimes you got to help people make their decision. That's why people want to get engaged. You want them to get on right now. Be ignorance on fire. Don't think that you have to understand everything, but you do understand 20 right and 20 left. So that's what you're doing. Don't try to understand and figure out everything. Just listen to the fastest growing team, Onyx, Gina, myself, and the all quantum field team. This is what we're doing. So just zone in and realize this is what's happening. The people that are not in the fastest growing team would never teach you this. They don't have it. They don't know what to do. Here, we know exactly what we're doing, and we want you to win. You are so blessed, like Renita was saying, blessed and highly favored that you're connected with people that know exactly what to do and how to make this happen. So 20 right and 20 left. Build with urgency. Like I said, do not hold back. You got to have an urgency to get this done. Why? Because you can build it fast and fun or slow and painful. All right. And by the way, a guy with urgency is coming up next. Get yourself on your text, and where you're listening to me, text your friends and your team and tell them they got to get in, get on the call, because Mike Hernandez is on fire and he's coming up right after me as our last speaker. You don't want them to miss out. So make sure they're on, but build with urgency. Set your goals. I told you earlier, I would set a goal to put in 3 personals every week, and I put 12 here. On my slide, I have 13, so pick a number, 12 or 13 in a month. Why do you set the goal? Then you got something to shoot for. I got to, before the end of the week, I got to get my 3 personals in. Do you want to make this happen? Who do you know wants to live with stagnant stem cells? That's what we're talking about. People having this kind of relief. They want to know that their bodies are being able to heal themselves. And the only way that you can be living without your brain having stem cells starting to become stagnant, your heart, your liver, your lungs, your kidneys, your skin, is with this X39. When they know that and you've got it, now it's up to them to make their decision. A lot of times people are saying, do you have all these testimonies, or can I see the testimonies in the videos? Hey, if they don't believe that, and they don't have enough love for their family or loved ones, kids, whoever they're going through the issues, that they don't want to put the X39 on, what can we do? All we can do is say, hey, go to the next one, because you're looking for people that want to have enough love and belief for their own family to give it a try. I mean, think about all the procedures people do in the medical world. They're not guaranteed. You don't know if it's going to work or not. They're just doing it. Here, $99 a month. Do you love your loved one so much that you want to help them get that X39 on? Or are we going to wait for umpteen amount of videos and testimonies to figure it out? I love what Ken Robinson just talk about, the testimonies that you know about, show it, share it with them, and then it's up to them to make it happen. Okay. Be consistent. Stay consistent. Stop this hokey pokey. I'm in, I'm out. I'm in, I'm out. That's going to take you forever. Things are going to come up in your life. As things are coming up, you're talking to people, whatever crisis or whatever situation is going on in your life, you keep talking to yourself, talking to people, 3, 3, 1, and you're focused on 20 personals right and 20 left. You line that up in the next 90 days. You got to do it in a 90-day period. So this is the perfect 90-day run up to this is it. And you're talking about putting them in and coming to this is it. If they're not coming to this is it, we're not going to their town, first of all. You don't need to worry about them as much at the moment because they're not quite ready. They're like a green apple, like Ken was saying. You're looking for the red apples that are ready to make it happen. So as you're enrolling them, you're telling them, hey, we're going to help you go manager, and we're going to This Is It convention. And you see what's happening. Remember what I said earlier, people like to be led. Have some stamina. I love David Schmidt. Took 10 years to bring this to market. Onyx has been in for 3 years and has this kind of energy. Can you give me some stamina? Okay. I mean, think about it. Have some grit. I love the fact that baby boomers are the ones that are really seeing this in a big way. Why? They got grit. They got stamina. They've had to fight their whole life, and they got some money. Okay. So don't get hung up. If you're a young person watching this, do what Gina and I did years ago when we first started this industry in our late 20s. We figured out quickly that broke flight attendants and water skiers don't want to do it. So we talked to the dentist that she used to work with. All the dentists wanted to do it. All their doctor friends, all their attorney friends, the county commissioners, the judges, they all were following us in their 40s and 50s, and we were in our early 30s. So it took us 3 years to figure that out. Stick with us, those of you that are the real young ones, because this is going to set you free. We've been having a time of our life, our entire lives, because of this industry. We don't want you to miss that out. So just zone in, but you got to have stamina, and you can't get hung up on, oh, I'm missing out on something. I love Devin Robinson. He won big in this industry years ago, very young. Take a little information from him. He didn't get waylaid from all the partiers and everything that he was thinking he was missing out on. He zoned in with the people that were winning, and he's had the time of his life, okay? So have some stamina. Be a go-getter. What's a go-getter? You're doing everything. You're plugging in. You're doing the 3-3-1. What is that one again? You're pointing them to the Zooms. If they're not on the Zoom, you do what Linda said. You download the presentation on 3-3-1, and you put it on your phone, and you flip it through yourself. You don't have a Zoom, you're the Zoom. You be the Zoom, because when you're the Zoom, eventually you're on the Zoom, because you're doing it. When you're doing it in front of one-on-one people every day at the Starbucks, at the soccer game, wherever you're at, hey, what do? I'm glad you asked. We actually help people reactivate their own stem cells, okay? Or I'm an accountant, but on the side, I've heard about this technology that reactivates your own stem cells, and it is incredible, and it's going to be wild what it's doing for people. And they're going to say, what is that? Boom, 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 boom. You're not waiting for a Zoom. Then you got your order form, and you're signing them up right then. 20 right, 20 left. You want to get this done. I told you about the reason to enroll now. Don't miss your spot. Matt Curtis talked about that. Take responsibility. Don't wait for your upline. I love that Linda and her whole team got their whole upline in New Jersey and Florida, and they're just rocking it on the West Coast without us having to be there, okay? I love that my friend Rui is rocking it in Portugal, and my friend Carla and Mario, they're rocking it in Portugal, but we're not there. My friend that just went executive director in Poland, okay? My friend Andy and his wife Anna, all right, they just went executive director, and they're in Poland, and they're doing it all on their own. Now, we guide them, we help them, but realistically, those guys got some serious grit and stamina out there making it happen. Where do you live? Take responsibility. You're in your own business. Of course, we're all here to help you, but you know what? No matter what, you're going to have to take ownership, even if you're my neighbor, okay? Sooner or later, you've got to take ownership and go make this happen for you and your family. 20 right, 20 left. I'm doing it. I got the blinders on. Like Charity was saying, I love that slide. I'm focused. I'm zoned in. No one's going to mess with me, okay? Build both legs. Matt Curtis said it best. Most people don't understand the binary and the power of putting people where there's action happening, even as you're getting a lot of momentum in one leg that you're putting together. Don't be afraid to put more personals in that leg, because then they're going to get caught into that momentum that's happening, and that is stability for you and money in the bank. Too many people see, oh, this leg is building, I'm going to run over onto this side, and they're putting most of the people over there, and then this side crashes because they didn't have the smarts to say 20 right, 20 left. I'm building my two legs with my people. Don't be fooled by anyone else that's underneath on your team from somebody else in your upline. You're zoning in. You're going to make it happen in a big way, because that is stability. The reason why Gene and I are making the kind of money we're making in Onyx is the same, is because we built all our legs and we took responsibility for it. So that means you're going to have so much more security and finances for your family, which is exciting. Anyone that tries to kind of cheat to get by, that's what's going to happen with their business too. So do not let that happen. Now, I wanted to say here, with me, it says go manager. This is very important for you to know, okay? You do not want to have one manager on one side and you're building your other legs. If we're in Hawaii, or we're in Aruba, or we're somewhere on a free trip with you, and you've qualified, and we're both we capped out the team commission, and you only have one manager on one side, and I'm packed with managers and directors all over the place, but all your managers and directors on one side, if one of the managers goes out of qualification, the only thing you qualify is $1,500 a week. So that means your pay goes from $25,000 to $1,500 because you only had one manager. Do not make that mistake. You want to set a goal to have at least a half a dozen managers on both legs. I would say 12, but I don't want to scare you. So you want to have this person, if this is one of my personals, I want to help them put in 2 people on the right and 2 people on the left. I want to help this person is a person. I want to have him have 2 people and 2 people on the right, at least minimum. I want to have managers all up and down my trees on both sides. Manager, 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 manager. Why? Because now they're not going to go out of qualification and you're going to be set. Same thing with the directors. If you've only got 2 directors and one goes out of qualification, you're not going to make the 25,000. You're going to make 2,500. So you want to have directors. I know the comp plan says you can have them on one leg, but if you want to listen to me and you want to set yourself up for a legacy business to have this kind of lifestyle for a long time. I mean, this company's been around 19 years, okay? And they just started to have this growth. Can you imagine? I've made phone calls since July 1st, and I can hardly find 99.9% of everyone I've talked to or met with in person has never heard of X39, never heard of stem cell reactivation, never heard of Lifewave. No one. This is like a ground floor opportunity, gold platter for you to win and succeed. You got the ticket, but you got to start sticking people and open your mouth. I don't even like talking to people. Gina loves to talk to people. I'm a coach, but in order for me to coach, I got to open my mouth and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to talk to people. I'll do it just to show to you that I did it. I didn't want to do it, but I made it happen. So if you're a people person, you're going to be crushing this. A lot of times I say to Gina, even last night at dinner, I'm like, that person is so flamboyant, charismatic, and what's going on? They can talk to anyone. I don't even like opening my mouth. And I did it. So I want you to get that if you're a person that loves to talk to people, maybe you need a little competitiveness in you. Maybe you need to understand, hey, don't be so lovey-dovey when you open your mouth. I don't know what it is, but get some fire in yourself that you can make this happen. But you want to create managers and directors. Don't be scared. You want to make it happen, okay? Onyx wanted me to make sure to tell you that when you got a group of people, let's just say your family, okay? And you're building your binary, put your family on one together. So if this is my mom, my brothers, my sisters, okay, Gina's sisters, we don't have to put my family on the same side as her family, just the groups of the people. So say this is Gina's family over here that we put over here, okay? Or maybe you've got a church group, you kind of put them together because they all know each other. Eventually they can all be plugging in and working together or benefiting from the friends that they all know. So I'm not saying you have to put all your families and friends on one side, just the people that maybe you're putting a group of coworkers together that know each other, then put them together, okay? But you don't have to put all family and friends on one side. You just got to put the ones that know each other as you're putting them in, okay? And remember, use an analogy. Hey, Uncle Bob is getting in. Looks like he's going to build it big. Sis, do you want to get in? Brother, do you want to get in? It's up to you. You're leaving 25 grand on the table. Put me in, okay? It's just a matter of getting them let them see what they're going to miss out of, okay? I'm working with some very, very successful business people. This is no toy. This is the real deal. It's huge. I mean, have you ever heard or seen anything that can reactivate your own stem cells? We got it. So if you let them know, now you can easily talk in your own voice and what's going on. I mean, I get a little more excited talking to you when I'm talking to somebody, but I'm still zoned in and letting them know that this is a big deal that they're missing out if they don't want to get themselves in and make it happen. Make sure no matter what you do, you're putting your people on auto ship. That is a big mistake. If you don't get them on auto ship right away, then you have to call back and put them all on auto ship, okay? Another thing that I want to tell you is that always put your personal, this is a huge part of the strategy, always put your personals to the far outside. You never want to put a personal on the inside of your outside legs that you're building. Why? First of all, when you go on your computer, you'll see you'll say bottom right or bottom left. And when you get to the bottom, I don't know if you can see this, I guess you can. There's going to be a plus sign on each side, okay? You want to pick the far right if I'm working on the right side. If I'm on my left side, I go bottom left. You want to click this plus sign here. Never put your personal on the inside leg. That's a very big no-no, and I'm going to explain to you why. You're responsible for your right team and your left team building the momentum. So that means this last person in, all that volume counts for this one all the way up here into infinity up to 25,000 a week. So what happens is you might have your sister here and you feel sorry for her. So I'm going to put a friend of mine that's a go-getter on this part right here. You just ripped your friend off. You said your sister's not going to build it. And this person now is on the inside of your sister. And he's like in an orphan leg out there And now if you're a person that understands this business, you know now it's your responsibility not only to build the 2 legs, but you've got to help your friend over here. So now you got to start putting people underneath here. That is like another job. Now you got 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs. You feel sorry for this person here, you got to build 4 legs. Sorry for this one, 5 legs. Here, you're helping everyone out. If your sister wants to grab the fishing pole and build her business, she can. But if she don't, there's nothing you can do. It's all up to them. But you're building it, and building it so that they have millions of points underneath you. Last thing I want to tell you that will wake you up if you're serious. 2 things, okay? One is you really only need 1 good one here in Onyx Coale and a good one here on Mike Hernandez, say, on each side. You only need 1 good one. Those folks with a dream, you're up here, you might get busy in life. Maybe something goes on and you're not even building. Whether you do it or not, Onyx is going to do it and Mike is going to do it, whether you build it or not. And the business is going to grow and the volume and the income is going to come to you. I've never seen a business or a career where you don't have to count on only your blood and sweat and equity, like Renita was saying. This is an opportunity that everyone is looking for this exact product, and anyone can build it. And those people you put in they could have a dream bigger than you and build it way bigger than you, and you get paid for their efforts because you brought the X39 to them. That is something that never ever in your lifetime will probably ever come again. I'm just telling you, this good a product with a fact that you just brought these 2 people in and they go build a massive business around the world, and you're getting paid $25,000 a week and you didn't have to do all the work. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying you only need 2 people that are serious about doing it. Why do I say 20 right and 20 left then? Because you don't know who they're going to be. Would you rather it happen sooner than later? Get focused for the next 90 days. Last thing. As your business, this goes into infinity, okay? The volume goes into infinity. And once you start getting to the point of 25,000 a week from the volume going up, 1 leg will take off. No matter who you are, you're going to have a leg that goes faster than the other one, okay? And going back to that real quick, when you're starting out, do your best to keep the legs as even as you possibly can, because that way you're cycling. If you put all the volume on 1 leg, then it's not going to cycle. Now, I don't mean by the numbers of people, I mean by the people. What do I mean by that? If this is your grandma and your mom over here, let's just say your grandma and your aunt, and over here you got Onyx and Mike Hernandez, okay? Well, guess what? They're probably not going to stay equal for very long, okay? Unless your aunt sponsors your cousin and he tears it up or something, but you're going to need to get some go-getters over here to keep up with what's happening over here. So it's not just the numbers, it's the people, and you'll see right away. But no matter who you are, 1 of your legs is going to take off bigger than the other one, no problem. But once they both take off to the point where you're creating the volume of 25,000 a week, here's what's going to happen. And I want you to just see, this is the vision for you to make this happen for your life. You are going to be blown away by this. The extra volume that goes, so I've hit 25,000 this week. Let's say this leg is bigger than this one. I got 100,000 points extra here, and I got 50,000 points here, okay? As long as you're on auto ship. If you're not auto ship, they wipe everything out, okay? So these points go up top here, this like here. There used to be a company, T-Mobile, I think, they called it rollover minutes or something like that. It's like rollover points. They go to the top, okay? And I couldn't tell you this if it didn't happen to me already in Lifewave. So here's what's happening, okay? The next week, you cap it out again, 25,000 a week, but this time you got 500,000 points over here and 250,000 points. They all go up here. Eventually, you got points up here that are left over, millions of points. They start rolling up, you got millions. You wake up Monday morning, okay? Monday morning, you didn't even wake up yet. You're still sleeping like this. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning, the new business cycle start. You've cycled so many times that you made 25,000 a week before you wake up on Monday morning. Can you imagine that in your life? That you made money while you're sleeping and you've got a business that just keeps rocking and rocking because the points are rolling up because it's built so big. That will happen. I can't guarantee it, but I will say this much for anyone that plugs in and engages and listens and implements what we've been teaching for the last couple hours, 3 hours now, you will start seeing this kind of creation of your business because people are looking like never before. 10 months in is nothing. Look, Onyx was in for 3 years and we just started 10 months. So whoever's coming in right now, there's even a better story, like Linda said, 220 to 280 million. Wait, 320 million. Wait, David Schmidt said in Aruba that it looks like we're going to hit 400 million this year. We're on our way to $1 billion. You are in the perfect spot with momentum. I hope that helps a few of you out on the strategy of the binary. And we're looking forward to making this happen in a big way. And Onyx is going to introduce the next speaker, the last speaker, and we are rocking this thing all the way to convention. We got 90 days. By the way, as people are watching this, they're texting me pictures of 20 in a house, 30 in a house, 10 in a house. So they're not just watching one person at a time. That's a promoter, by the way, someone that can promote to get in your house. Let's watch this together and learn. Congratulations to all of you. But this is just the beginning of what's going to happen. We haven't even scratched the scratch around the country, America. Canada's about to relaunch. That's going to be wild. And international is going to explode once they watch this event that we just had. 90-day run. We're all running to break senior directors. Help you go senior director between now and Tampa, August 18th and 19th. I pray you got your order form in. We got some new qualifiers we're going to announce right after Mike and Sai are done about who got some free X39 because they enrolled on last night.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you, Steve. And you notice Steve is the consummate promoter. Did you notice right in the middle of his talk, he's like, okay, Mike Hernandez is about to be up. Everybody text somebody right now. That's Steve. He's always promoting. Now, remember what I said about your vessel. Some of you are listening to Steve going $25,000 a week. I can't even understand that because your vessel isn't that big yet. So don't worry about it. Take that number down to what you can imagine producing in this business, which is what you've been able to produce in the past. Your vessel will grow as you are around. Just like Renita says, it's contagious. Abundance is contagious.